There's no doubt this has been a really tough season for the Penn State football team. But congratulations to everybody on that team for finally having something good happen today at Michigan with the 27-17 victory. Look, you can be cynical about how this season has played out. Penn State starts 0-5, worst start ever. A lot of things went wrong. A lot of people piled on. We in the media, myself included, we've been very critical, and there are a lot of things to be critical of. At the end of the day, let's take a step back, okay? These are 18 to 22-year-old kids. They're busting their ass. They're busting their ass to do the best that they can. They're trying hard. It's easy for us as adults because college football is our escape. It's me, it's my job, it's your escape. We can criticize these kids. We can say whatever, and talk about James Franklin and the coaches and they're not prepared. And lots of things come into play when you're trying to analyze a bad football team. But at the end of the day, I like to wish good for people. I try to never wish harm or ill will on anybody. It'd be great if everybody in the world could have good things happen to them. And certainly that's not the case in sports because you're going to have one winner, you're going to have one loser. But again, let's take a step back and just feel good for the kids on this Penn State football team. Man, everything has gone wrong for these guys all season long. It's, from all the players either opting out, getting hurt, whatever, and then boom, you have the Indiana loss on just a crazy 2-point conversion play, which I think deflated this team far more than we could ever know. If they win that game, maybe things are different. But today, Penn State did come out, play with some emotion, play with some character, play with some heart, especially Sean Clifford, who I thought had a really gutsy game today. Certainly the freshman running back, Kevon Lee, with more than 100 yards rushing was terrific to see. Parker Washington, another freshman with 9 catches. There are a lot of young players on this team. A lot of young players. Let's remember that. James Franklin pointed out all these young guys and how they're key players. They're going to go through the adversity, the battle scars, all of these things. They went to Michigan and won, as James Franklin said, for the first time since 2009. That's a nice win. Now, look, Michigan's not any good at all. I mean, wow. I've been as critical of Jim Harbaugh as just about anybody, but that team is awful. I mean, really. Let's give Penn State some credit for going out there and doing well, but Michigan is not really good on either side of the ball. Penn State made a lot of mistakes, and yet Michigan still only scores 17 points at home. I look at Jim Harbaugh and I shake my head at the job he's done out there because I continue to say he is the most overrated coach in any sport in this country. All right, so they've got their own problems. Penn State has their own problems, but Penn State goes out. They get a win. Let's feel good for these kids because here's the thing. Could they win out? You're talking about Rutgers next week. Then you're talking about Michigan State. Then you're talking about probably a weak team, maybe Nebraska from the Big Ten West in week 9. Could Penn State win 4 games in a row? It's possible. They don't turn the ball over. Look, if Penn State and Sean Clifford don't turn the ball over, they're capable of doing some good things. They didn't turn it over today. No, there's still a lot of issues and problems with this team. But for this afternoon, and we'll see going forward, let's take a step back from the ledge and all the criticism we've done for Penn State, me included, and I'll own up to it, and just say, hey, good job. Congratulations. Glad to see something happen for everybody in the program.